Jagex just nerfed Elite Dungeon 3 trash farming and they nerfed it big time. In this video we'll be covering the nerf alongside the latest news, so whenever you're ready grab your cup of tea, sit back, relax and enjoy. If you enjoy all kinds of Runescape content and want to stay updated with the recent news, be sure to subscribe. With the Zamorak boss release coming closer and closer, you'll now be able to attend events every 2 hours per world where a demon invasion will take place. These can happen in either Lumbridge, Varrock, Falador, Berthorpe, Ardoing, or Yanil. You'll be notified of these invasions by broadcast, so keep an eye on your chat box. Now you definitely want to be attending these invasions, at least one per day, as you can collect one Zamorak drop reroll token per day by killing 20 invasion demons, which would make you believe that you'd be able to obtain 14 reroll tokens before the boss's release on the 4th of July. However, they added a note to the news post with a maximum amount of reroll tokens you can earn, which is 10. Still absolutely worth doing though. Additionally, you can obtain these items known as Mysterious Slithers, which are available in magic, ranged, or melee after killing 20 more invaders after your initial 20, and collecting enough of these will allow you to upgrade existing gear. There is a catch though, you can only collect one of each sliver variant per day. And these mean serious business because these are also going to be obtainable from the Zamorak Elite Dungeon and boss fight, so you'll be able to get a head start by doing these events and gathering slivers in advance. Finally, by killing Zamorak related NPCs around Gielinor over the next 3 weeks, you'll have a 1 in 25 chance of getting notes that reveal Zamorak's dastardly plans, according to the news post. Probably something lore related. This week sees a change to the Sophanem Slayer dungeon where Vital Sparks drop rates will be increased depending on the Slayer level required to kill the creature, meaning high level Slayer creatures like Imperial Guards will now offer a better or superior Vital Spark drop rate, probably boosting the GP per hour of the higher level creatures. I'm kind of surprised they didn't scale the Slayer level required to kill the creatures before. Now, while those might have seen a GP per hour buff, Corrupted Scorpions see a minor nerf because the salvage they drop has been reduced slightly. This week sees a major change to the Shadow Reef aka Elite Dungeon 3 as the drop tables have been adjusted per zone. There are now 3 different zones and Jagex does specify where they start and end. Zone 1 starts after you enter the dungeon and ends after you jump down the cliff after the first boss, which is Crassian Leviathan. Zone 2 then starts and ends after you jump down another cliff after the second boss, which is Taraket. Now, according to the news post, the loot in the second zone remains unchanged and the third zone has an improved loot table compared to what we had previously. On the other hand, the first zone has been nerfed very hard. Take a look at these before and after pictures of Elite Dungeon 3 trash runs leading up to Crassian Leviathan. As you can see, the loot before was way better than after. However, there's a catch. All 3 bosses have had their common loot tables buffed to compensate for the reduction in drop value from Zone 1. And this seems to be true because if you look at these 2 chests after killing Crassian Leviathan, the value is much higher. This probably means that the GP per hour, including the third zone, overall at Elite Dungeon 3 has been buffed. That is of course only for players that complete the entirety of the dungeon. For trash run farmers and bots, well, your time is up in terms of making money here. Getting experience, however, is still very possible and just as good. Even though the news post states that the common experience has been reduced by a large margin in Zone 1, this isn't true as after testing post-update, the experience seemed to be exactly the same. The only exception here is Dungeoneering experience, as it seems that you now only get 10% of what you got previously. Leading up to crashing, you get about 15,000 Dungeoneering experience and now you only get around 1,500. So that's a buff for PVMers and a big nerf for players that use this method to train and make money at the same time. The final update worth mentioning in this video is that the Friendschat player limit will be increased from 100 to 500 players this Wednesday. This is a fantastic change for players that use call-out Friendchats, like for example Whirlpool D&D for the Traveling Merchant. With that being said, we've come to the end of this video. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like down below and maybe even consider subscribing, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.